About 3 years ago, I sat down right here and I made a video on this right here. A flash cartridge that I bought off of eBay for 16 British pounds. I was incredibly impressed by it at the time. I was fairly new to making YouTube videos, so I hadn't quite gotten the confidence that I might have now, so I came across as quite ignorant, and I didn't make it clear at the start of the video that this thing is a flash cartridge. I did later on say, oh, well, this is basically an R4 cartridge, but people didn't make it that far. This thing is like a little R4 card. And there was a load of comments pointing out all of the mistakes I made. I also said this. You can see there on the top, it says SpongeBob's Atlantis Square Panties. And my God, has that scarred me. Honestly, I can never unhear me saying that. What an idiot. Anyway, it's got 2.2 million views. It's my most viewed video ever. And I thought, let's pay homage to that video and do an updated one on a Nintendo DS cartridge that I picked up for about £12 on eBay. Yup, these things are still going strong. Let's talk about the pros and cons of buying something like this on eBay. My name is Elliot. Welcome to the Retro Future. Let's check it out. So this right here is an R4 card. It's an R4 card. This right here is an R4 card. I know this exists. Just trying to make it very clear in case we get any more of those little people in the comment section.
Alternative title: Millennial discovers R4 card.
An R4 card is a flash cartridge. They've been around for yonks. Honestly, I remember my friends having one. I had a really cheap version of it that was never as good, but they exist. They're flash cartridges. They're really, really good. This is an Ace 3D card or something like that. It's just a variant of it. It's the same sort of thing, but to be able to pick one up for £11 is actually fairly good, and this one comes obviously with a lot of ROMs on it. Now, the one that I made the video on 3 years ago had 520 games in one, and this one comes with 208 in one. Now, you could get loads of different ones. There's so many different ones on eBay. I'll leave a link to a few in the description down below, but this one looked like it had some really good games on it. At the top here, you can see there's 4 Pokemon games. We've got some Mario games, we've got some Zelda games, there's Golden Sun, Harvest Moon, Grand Theft Auto, Final Fantasy. Honestly, it looked absolutely brilliant. Flip it around on the back, you've got Kirby, Turtles, Ice Age. There's so many games, I'm super excited. There's actually a list here. I'll take a photo of that right now and whack it up on the screen. Pause it if you want to read what games it comes on there with. But you can see there's 15 different Pokemon games. They've actually sort of color coordinated it. 15 different Pokemon games. There's a further, I don't know, what's that, 12 or something, Mario games. There's so many games. Really, really exciting. So let's see if it's any good. I mean, for 11 doubloons, you can't really complain. It comes with a hard case, which is nice, and you've also got a little cartridge case here as well. Now, the one thing that kind of catches people out, which is a little bit naughty, is there's a lot of stuff that says 3DS. You can see on here, on the actual box, it says 3DS. On the cartridge, it says Nintendo 3DS, new 3DS. This is clearly not a 3DS cartridge. On eBay as well, all the photos on eBay, it says 3DS and new 3DS and stuff, but this does not have any 3DS games on it. So hopefully if I make that very clear now, no one will make that mistake. This works on a 3DS, and I think that's what they were trying to get at by sort of tricking people along in the process. So yeah, you whack it in, it's going to immediately recognize it. Let's open it up. So you've got SpongeBob Atlantis SquarePantis, and I don't know why it's showing that instead of like R4 card. It must probably be to sort of trick the 3DS into thinking that it's just a DS cartridge. Now, I really want to touch base on a topic that's going to be very obvious to talk about in the comment section, and that is piracy. Yes, this thing is pretty dodgy, but my opinion is that if it's being sold in the masses on things like Amazon and eBay, are we in the wrong for buying that? Now, there's going to be another sort of ethical opinion from really, really hardcore collectors saying, well, I've just spent £50 to be able to play my latest Pokemon game, so it's unfair that people can spend £10 and buy all of them because I don't believe in that. But what you've got to remember is if someone just wants to relive some of their nostalgic memories from their childhood, do they want to invest the thousands of pounds that it would cost them to actually buy the physical hard copies of 208 Nintendo DS games? DS games and games for vintage handhelds in general are skyrocketing. So to be able to buy one for £11 isn't a huge risk. You know, these things aren't built very well, but if it breaks, £11, you can sort of justify that. That's the cost of a couple of pints down at the pub. There is going to definitely be 208 games in here. I have no doubt about that in my mind. It's super cool. They've listed it in the order of the different sort of franchises, so that's nice. Starting off with Pokemon, seeing as though that's sort of the most popular one. But what I want to do is have a quick go at something and see if we can save it and see how good the saving is on this cartridge, because obviously people are going to want to use these cartridges to actually play and experience games, and if there's caveats such as not being able to save in Pokemon, that's going to be horrible. So I'm going to go through the rigmarole of setting up a Pokemon account on Pokemon Heart Gold, and let's do some work and save it, turn it off, take it out, plug it into the DS Lite and see if it's all still there. Yeah, I mean, by the way, you can see this is going to work perfectly well. This is a ROM, it's not emulation, it's going to run absolutely perfectly fine. So here we are, playing Pokemon, running around, and this is an £11 cartridge I bought on eBay. It's so hard to find a reason not to like this, other than the whole ethics of the piracy and stuff, but unfortunately, just the way that the collecting market is, things are so expensive, and I don't think it's necessarily fair to stop someone from playing a game just because of the price of it, because those games all costed the same price when they were initially released, and now because of demand, things are super expensive. So, would you like to save the game? Yes, I would. Turning off the power. Elliot saved the game. Let's just turn it off, I suppose. I'm not sure if there's any like sort of button combinations to access an Ace 3DS menu. I kind of doubt it, but maybe there is. If I do find someone in the comments saying that there is, I'll test it and then pin that comment. But let's have a look. Let's plug it into this DS and see if the save file is still there with no issues. We're on the DS, let's see if the save file is still there, because if it's not, that's a huge deal breaker for pretty much everyone. Okay, here we go, Pokemon Heart Gold, let's have a look. Some people won't mind playing like Mario Kart without saves, but for everyone wanting Pokemon, that would be horrible. There it is. It's actually so much nicer playing DS games on a Nintendo DS, by the way. And there it is, there's the save file. You can see it's the cartridge that we're using plugged in at the back there. It works, the saves are there, it has no issues at all. What an absolute bargain. Super hard to find any reason to hate it, as I mentioned, but go ahead and have that debate in the comment section. It's an awesome thing, I really like it. Am I wrong for buying one? I don't know. I mean, it's available to buy on eBay and Amazon, so let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you're new to this channel, and leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.